evening, ladies and gentlemen. Restrooms are located near the right field foul pole, and we also ask that all fans remain off the grass down the right field line. evening and welcome to Titan Solar Park at Gilbert Christian Schools for tonight's quarterfinal match.
Brian Stevenson and the Seton Catholic baseball team opened the 3A playoffs with a 6-1 home win over Apache Junction. Now the Sentinels travel outside their comfort zone. The squad on the road against number 4 Gilbert Christian. It's a regular season rematch at the Titan Solar Park in Gilbert, live on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Good evening, everyone. So glad you can join us. I'm Joe Pequeno. Brian Stevenson and the Sentinels with a rock-solid regular season. A record of 19-9, a second-place finish in the 3A Central at 8-2. One of their losses on the season, a 5-2 home loss to Gilbert Christian, a game in which Seton led 2-0, but the Knights busted it open with a 5-run fifth inning. Knights Sam Webb with the go-ahead home run. That was the difference. P.J. Rafford picked up the loss. Lefty Brody Albert went the distance, going 7 strong for the win. But all of that is ancient history. Sentinels opened the playoffs with a 6-1 win over the Prospectors. Max Peterson went the distance on the mound, allowing only 1 run. And the team offensively with Joe Ferentz and Noah Donovan, a couple RBIs apiece as the Sentinels banged out 7 hits. The Knights, on the other hand, a solid year, 18-8. They won a share of the 3A Metro at 11-1. They opened the playoffs with a 10-0 win over the Odyssey Institute. Knights led by head coach Josh Bailey. Knights led by sophomore 600 hitter Dane Coyle. Senior Tyler Burr hitting .477, a team-high 6 homers and 39 RBIs. Senior Sam Webb hitting .394, 2 home runs, 18 RBIs. Collectively, Knights hitting a robust .369. Their team ERA just a hair over 2. For Seton, T. Del Rosario leading the squad, .329, 2 homers, 25 RBIs. Chase Reese, .321, 5 doubles, 13 RBIs. Jax Minnis, .314, 2 homers, 25 RBIs. Seton hitting .284 in the 5-2 loss to Gilbert Christian. Seton was only 4 for 29, so they have to be better against Brody Albert, who is getting the start in this one. He comes in with a record of 3-2, ERA of 2.62, making his 9th appearance. 32 innings pitched, 17 runs, 12 earned, 18 walks, 40 Ks. Again, the start for the Sentinels will be Brady Stevenson. A record of 6-2, making his 11th appearance, ERA of 2.48. He's thrown a hair over 42 innings, 19 runs, 15 earned, 20 walks, 46 strikeouts. And behind the dish will be T. Del Rosario, Jax Minnis at first, Chase Reese at second, Nate Mulligan in short, Jason Ruiz at third. Your outfield will be Josh Brown, Joe Ferentz, and Noah Donovan. And behind Brody Albert for Gilbert Christian, Tyler Burr will be catching. Zach Linker at first. Camden Palace at second. Mickey Moran at short. Dane Coyle at third. The outfield is Hayden Jensen in left. Sam Webb in center. And Logan King in right. Starting lineup for the visiting Sentinels. It'll start with Nate Mulligan batting first at short. Brady Stevenson on the mound pitching. Chase Reese in the 3-hole playing second base. Jax Minnis batting fourth, playing first base. T. Del Rosario catching, batting fifth. Noah Donovan in right field, batting sixth. Jason Ruiz at third, batting seventh. Joe Ferentz in center field, batting eighth. And Josh Brown in left field, batting ninth. On the other side for the Knights, Dane Coyle batting first, playing third base. Batting second, Sam Webb, the center fielder. Batting third, Tyler Burr catching. Batting fourth, Mickey Moran at shortstop. We'll take a moment for the school prayer and then the national anthem.
Safe and get home safe. Amen. Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
Once again, the lineups for Gilbert Christian. Batting first, the third baseman, Dane Coyle. Batting second, the center fielder, Sam Webb. Batting third, playing catcher, Tyler Burr. At fourth, at shortstop, Mickey Moran. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Logan King. In the sixth hole, Zach Linker, the first baseman. Seventh hole, left fielder, Hayden Jensen. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Camden Palace. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Brody Albert. Brody Albert, in that start against Seton, did a tremendous job. Basically worked a fastball that tailed in and out, and a bit of a curveball. And then the second time around in the order, he showcased a changeup. So the Sentinels did have some issues putting the ball in play against him. Had a chance to talk to the Seton squad beforehand, gave them some words of inspiration, because they feel at some point this team is going to break through. In that matchup in which the Sentinels lost 5-2, Nate Mulligan had a good contest. He was 2 for 3 with an RBI. He'll lead things off for the Sentinels. And once again, defensively behind Brody Albert. Tyler Burr catching, Zach Linker at first, Camden Palace at second, Mickey Moran the shortstop, Dane Coyle at third. Your outfield, Hayden Jensen, Sam Webb, and Logan King. Your umpires behind home plate, Michael Ransom, who no question played some football in his time. Your third base umpire is Brian Henry, and your first base umpire is Mike Leahy. Titan Solar Park, 300 down the lines. Your gaps probably about 340 or so, maybe 330, straight away 357. Brody Albert, lefty, dialing into Tyler Burr, and this one is underway. And Nate setting the tone, being aggressive and hacking the first pitch off. The field, outfield grass. Infield, it's the artificial turf. So the ball is going to play fast, but good hops. 0-1. And Albert misses way upstairs. Albert, as we mentioned, a record of 3-2, ERA of 2.62. Young man who's got tremendous control on the mound. Seton, of course, lost in the playoffs last year in the 4A division in the first round of Bradshaw Mountain. And that time, Albert blows the gas past Nate. It goes to 1-2 with Brady Stevenson on deck. Albert, defense. And Nate just gets a piece. Defense is kind of shading Nate toward right center. The center fielder not playing straight away, and the left fielder playing pretty much in left center, essentially saying that the Sentinels are not going to pull the ball against Brody Albert. 1-2. And Nate, a good, healthy at bat, fouls another one off. It goes to, it sticks at 1-2. And that's what the Sentinels need to do. They need to get Albert out of this game, get that pitch count high, and somehow tap into their bullpen. 1-2. And Mulligan brings the gas, and that blows right past Nate Mulligan for the first out. Brady Stevenson at the dish. Brady, in that contest, he was 1 for 3 against Albert. On the season, 244. 1 double, 1 triple. Sentinels looking to start fast in this one. This one bounced up the middle. Stevenson, bang, bang play, and Brady will beat it out. Brady rolled that one right up the box. A good effort by Camden Palace. Slow roller that got by Albert. Looked like it was going to squeak through to center field, but Palace with the backhand. And Brady, who is pitching, put the wheels on. Now it's Chase Reese. Reese, 321 on the year. 13 RBIs, 5 doubles. In the matchup against Albert. 0 for 3 in that contest. Sentinels have the pinch runner at first base. We'll dial that up for you in 1 second. We're on the visitor side, so we don't have that great angle behind home plate. So we're seeing information as best we can. Reese steps in. And he gets the almighty fastball from Albert for strike one. Pinch running for Brady Stevenson at first base is Max Peterson, who won the playoff opener against Apache Junction. Going 7 strong for the victory. And Chase looks at a fastball across the belt, goes to 0-2. Brody Albert, young man who's got some skill. 0-2. And Chase out of the zone for the second out. Up at the dish, Jax Minnis, 314. Couple home runs, 1 triple, 7 doubles. Jax was 1 for 3 in the contest against Brody Albert. And the Sentinels need to find their way to put the ball in play. And Peterson, bang, bang play, and Peterson is picked off. Brody Albert with a great delayed move, and Peterson is out. So the Sentinels get a base hit by Stevenson, and Peterson gets picked off. We go to the home half. Sentinels and Knights. 3A playoffs live from Titan Solar Park. So now it's Brady Stevenson will get his opportunity to show what he can do on the bump. Making his 11th appearance, record of 6-2, ERA of 2.48. He's thrown 42 1/3, 19 runs, 15 earned, 20 walks, 46 Ks. Senior ready to match Brody Albert pitch for pitch. Once again, his defense behind him. T. Del Rosario catching. Jax Minnis at first, Chase Reese at second, Nate Mulligan in short, Ruiz at third, Brown, Ferentz, and Donovan in the outfield. He'll face Dane Coyle, Sam Webb, Tyler Burr, Mickey Moran, Logan King, Zach Linker, Hayden Jensen, Camden Palace, and Brody Albert. Dane Coyle, talk about a young man who is a professional hitter. A sophomore who's hitting .600. 80 at-bats, 48 hits, 2 home runs, 5 triples, 15 doubles, 23 RBIs. So think about that, ladies and gentlemen.
Leading off for the Knights.
The game of failure. If you're hitting 300, you're a hero. You're hitting 400, you're really good. 500, you're great. 600, well, needs to say you're special. And here's a young man in his sophomore year just showing just that. And that Knights bench making some noise. Stevenson first pitch. And he comes with the old-fashioned heater for strike one. Sentinels, they've got the arms. They can compete with anyone in that category. Big question for Coach Stevenson and his squad. Can they get enough offense in the playoffs? As that one is tap foul up the first base line. Good crowd. Sentinels have brought their fan base, and the Knights have brought their mascot as well. And his name is Wilbur, a big friendly dog. He loves people. 0-2, Stevenson to Dane Coyle. So what we've learned from Titan Solar Park, it's a dog-friendly park, so you can bring your dogs, and it's also a human-friendly park, so dogs, bring your humans. 1-2 pitch, Stevenson to the ever-so-dangerous Dane Coyle. And this one is lifted to right. And right there in front of the wall, making the catch, is Noah Donovan. And ladies and gentlemen, bear with me. Anything hit down the right field line, it's going to be a little difficult for me to see. I get blocked out by the dugout on the Seton side. Sam Webb checking in. Sam Webb, well, he was the hero in that 5-2 win with the go-ahead home run off P.J. Rafford. 394 on the year, 2 home runs, 2 doubles, make that 2 triples, 3 doubles, 18 RBIs, 394. This is a Gilbert Christian team collectively hitting 369. So up and down their lineup, they don't have a lot of holes. And Josh Bailey and his team, they lost in the 3 semifinals last year to Valley Christian. And the bulk of that team returns as they embark on their playoff run. They lost that contest last year 4-1. Valley Christian, of course, the defending 3A champions, 0-2. Stevenson breaks one off and bounces off the turf. Once again, infield, turf. Outfield, all grass. 1-2 pitch. And that's outside and out of the reach of T. Del Rosario, who's a phenomenal catcher. He'll put his big boy pants on and get in front of any ball in the dirt. Now it's 2-2. Brady locked in to T. Del Rosario. And they try to break another one off. And obviously what they learned in that contest with Sam Webb, they're not going to give this young man an opportunity to beat him with a long ball. Once again, down the line, not a big park, 300. Your gap's probably about 330, straight away 357, 3-2. And Sam Webb works the walk. Tyler Burr at the dish.
Number 10, Tyler Burr.
Burr in that first matchup. Was 1 for 4 on the year. A robust 477, 6 home runs, 39 RBIs. Team leader in both those categories. And Brady misses low for ball 1. Fans have brought their snacks. We have apples to our right, or they could be pears. And I'm being offered an apple. And you know what they say about apples? Keeps the doctor away. And I did have an apple earlier today. Yes, I did. Seton faithful making the trek. Oh, we also have the honey mustard pretzels. And if you haven't had one of those, oh my goodness, to die for. And Burr gets busted inside. And we have another
The shortstop, Mickey Moran.
little fan-friendly fella that's with us. Looks like a little poodle, little chihuahua, right to her left. And once again, the Titan Solar Park, it's a fan-friendly park. You can bring your dogs, but you can also bring your people. So for your dogs out there, bring your humans, as long as they behave.
Courtesy runner for the catcher, Carson Giordano.
Courtesy runner for Burr is Carson Giordano. And yes, the Dots homestyle pretzels, the mustard version, once again, if you haven't had them, all you have to do is try one, and you'll be saying, where have you been in my whole life? They're so good. So Brady's walking off the mound, just trying to collect himself. Brady's a stud. He can get it done. Obviously, he has to work around Webb and Burr, and now he's locking in on Mickey Moran. And this one hit a mile high. Infield fly roll in effect, and that is the second out. Chase Reese dials it in. Logan King.
Right fielder, Logan King.
Logan King. 385. 5 doubles, 22 RBIs. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to find a lot of holes in this lineup. And Logan King was 2 for 3 in the victory over Seton. Brady tries to get him to chase early. 1-0. Zach Linker on deck. Beautiful night for baseball. Temps probably high 80s. Windy, blowing in. Needs to say this is not a big park. 1-0. And T. Del Rosario dancing behind the dish.
Again, we ask for all fans to remain off the grass down the right field line. Thank you.
And once again, we've got a request from the PA announcer to keep the fans off the right field line. 2-0. And that is low with Zach Linker on deck. Brady in his senior season, maybe flirting with a little nerves right now. Obviously a big contest. He gets the start against the 4th-ranked team. And that's low. So they are loaded up.
Now batting number 46.
You've got Sam Webb at third, Giordano at second, Logan King at first. Zach Linker, 288, 1 triple, 3 doubles. Brady trying to dial it in. And that's a fastball just off the dish, and the Seton faithful right to my right. They were hoping for that call. Zach Linker, 0 for 4. And that one skied out of play. Linker 0 for 4 in the 5-2 victory over the Sentinels. A short time back. Ancient history as these two teams meet here in May. And this one looked to the right field. Played perfectly, and Noah Donovan brings it in. Brady Stevenson with the little pep in his step as he bounces off the mound. We got zeros after 1. We go to the second. No score from the Titan Solar Park. Top of the second, Jax Minnis, pride of Seton Catholic, at the dish. Jax 314, couple home runs, 1 triple, 7 doubles. Jax was at the dish when Max Peterson got picked off, and Jax early hacking. Jax 1 for 3 against Aubut. And this one is sky to center. Center fielder Sam Webb coming in, and Webb is there for the first putout.
Number 24, T. Del Rosario.
T. Del Rosario. T is so good he's got 3 names and does a great job behind the dish. Del Rosario, just a leader of this team, 329, couple home runs, 1 triple, 3 doubles. Takes out of the zone. And that first time around, T was 0 for 2. Shows bunt, and that time all but took something off. Goes to 1-1. Del Rosario followed by Noah Donovan, the right fielder. 1-2 pitch. Albert comes upstairs. High hard heat out of the zone. Knights playing T straight away. And that one is busted. Deep left. Left fielder going back and with room to play with, brings it in. That's Haiti Jensen on the catch.
Number 33, Noah
But
Donovan.
the good thing for the Sentinels, they're putting the ball in play. A couple balls they just got under, and that one right there, if T. Del Rosario does not get under it, he probably hits the house in left field. Noah Donovan. And Noah out of the zone. Noah, 296, 10 RBIs. Noah was 0 for 3 against Albert in the first meeting. 1-1 count. Already 2 out here, the top of the second. And that's a good hard slider by Albert. And Noah could not hold up. Quickly goes to 1-2. And that time, Albert breaks one off upstairs, and that sits down Donovan. Quick work for the Sentinels. We go to the bottom of the second. It's the Knights getting ready to swing it.
The official website for GCS Athletics is gcsknights.com. Find schedules, rosters, spirit store, and much more at gcsknights.com.
So Brady Stevenson played with some danger in the first, left him stranded. Second inning, he's got Hayden Jensen, Camden Palace, and Brody Albert. Hayden Jensen, 348, 3 doubles, 6 RBIs. That's off the plate. Jensen, 0 for 3 in that matchup back at John Alhambra Field. 1-0. And that time looked like Jensen might have went, and they should have checked with the first base umpire. Instead, they don't. They play on. 2-0. And Brady blisters the black, goes to 2-1. You'd like to think for Brady, maybe that first inning, bunch of nerves, bunch of emotions flowing, and now he's locked in. And Jensen swinging through it. Goes to 2-2. Good crowd on hand. Sentinels Nation, they have packed the place with red and then some. Of course, Gilbert Christian, lean, mean, and green. And Brady busting the breaking pitch for his first strikeout. Camden Palace, 292, a couple home runs, 22 RBIs, a freshman, 7 doubles. Palace, 1 for 3 in that early meeting. 1-0. And that's just off the dish. Sentinels open the playoffs with a 6-1 victory against Apache Junction. A lot of fireworks in the game, as well as the crowd. Bouncer, third base, backhand, and the throw over. And the pick cannot be made. Ruiz Over to Jax Minnis. And Palace is aboard.
Now batting, number 11, Brody Aubit.
So now it's Brody Aubit doing double duty. Aubit, 235, a senior. Look, it's his job to basically go out there and rifle fastballs and sit batters up and down. He did go 1 for 3 in his first meeting against the Sentinels. Aubit shows bunt, pulls back. Aubit, very unique. Throws left, bats right. Usually it's throws left, hits left. But it's a new generation. So whether you like Coke or Pepsi, it'll work. Aubit, nice job sacrificing and getting Palace down to second base. And I love teams that play small ball. I'm all about situational baseball or softball. Get to the postseason, doesn't matter how you win. A 4-3 win is just as good as a 12-4 win. So we go back to the back of the order, or I should say the top of the order with Dane Coyle. Popped to right his first time up. Palace at second base. This one bounced up the middle. Coming hard from center field. Joe Ferentz. Ferentz up and gunning. And the throw won't beat it. And coming in to score is Camden Palace, and Coyle delivers. And it's 1-0 Gilbert Christian. So Dane Coyle coming in, hitting 600. Saw the ball and just laced one back up the middle. Sam Webb walked his first time up. Coyle at first base has only stolen 4 bases. Collectively, Gilbert Christian 62 stolen bases. Not a big lead as Stevenson throws over. Big victory for the volleyball team last night, knocking off Bases Phoenix in 4 sets. This one lifted on the first base side, out of play. And on Tuesday night at John J. McMahon Gym, they'll host Gilbert Christian. So these two athletic programs seeing a lot of each other today and through next week. 1-1. Stevenson. Fastball off the plate. 1-2. Palace, modest lead. Breaking pitch chases Del Rosario. And Paulo Hutchison getting all kinds of creative with the 2-box. And Brady fires the gas for his second strikeout, but the damage is done. Dane Coyle, RBI single. We go to the third. It's 1-0 Gilbert Christian. So this one flying here at the Titan Solar Park with Brody Aubit and Brady Stevenson, starters for the respective squads. So far through 2 innings for Aubit.
At the plate, number
6
11,
up
Jason Ruiz.
and essentially 6 down. There was a single that eventually led to Max Peterson getting picked off in the first. It'll be Jason Ruiz, Joe Ferentz, and Josh Brown. Jason Ruiz, 283. Couple doubles, throws down a bunt, and this one, a beauty. Bang, bang play. That pulls the runner off. How about Ruiz with the bunt single?
14, Joe Ferentz.
Dane Coyle came in. Didn't expect it. Maybe a step late, and situational baseball by the Sentinels coming up big. Joe Ferentz, 269. One double as Aubert throws over. 10 RBIs, 14 hits on the season. Jumping Joe Ferentz. Did not get a plate appearance in the matchup against Gilbert Christian. And takes a low strike. Once again, your home plate umpire, Michael Ransom. And that bunt is in the air. Dane Coyle is there this time around. So call it
Number 2, Josh
a
Brown.
fly out to Coyle on the bunt attempt as Josh Brown has a chance to do some damage. 270, 1 triple, 4 doubles. Josh 0 for 3 in the matchup against Gilbert Christian. Big thing for the Sentinels with a runner at first base after seeing Max Peterson getting picked off. It's really hard to dial in on a lefty's move to first base. You almost got to play it safe. Can't lean or take that one step the other way, and Aubert, like right now, he saw potentially the lean by Ruiz and flipped it over. Nate Mulligan on deck. Now Dane Coyle at third base. Probably about 5 feet in on the green at third. 2-1 to Josh Brown. That one is knocked down the third base line. Goes to 2-2. Nate Mulligan on deck. Nate, who could also be the body double for Timothy Chalamet, I should say. And that's a breaking pitch that locks up Josh Brown. Now it's Nate.
Mulligan.
Nate struck out his first time up. Brian Stevenson looking down at Jason Ruiz, letting him know there are 2 outs. And Aubert just a little pitch and catch with his catcher, Tyler Burr, on the hard heat. 0-1, modest lead. And that time a hard slider misses inside. Brody Aubert, he likes to work quickly. 1-1. This one knocked to center, and that is going to drop. How about Nate with the base knock as the inning continues?
Number 12, Brady Stevenson.
Now it's Brady, who had a seeing eye single his first time up.
Everybody's hitting, let's go.
And as the fans are saying, everyone's hitting. Not just one person, 1 through 9. Collectively, that's what it's going to take for the Sentinels to get the road victory here tonight. The wind is blowing in. As you can tell, that ball was kind of held up. It's blowing in on the visitors' dugout side.
Keep your head in there, Brady, let's go.
Brady with a big hack. Falls behind in the count, 0-1. Brady, first time up. Little cue ball up the middle. Camden Palace with a good play, and Brady legged it out. And Brady got a little bit of a bender and feels he should have nailed that one. Chase Reese on deck. Already in the third inning. This one flying from the Titan Solar Park. First time I've been here, tremendous field. You would expect nothing less. Slow bouncer, and Albert is there, and Albert will toss over to first base, and that'll do it. Sentinels threaten, and they leave a couple on. We go to the bottom of the third. They trail 1-0.
Learn more at igniteperformance.net.
So we'll go to the bottom of the third. It'll be Tyler Burr, Mickey Moran, Logan King. As Brady goes into his third inning of work. Dodged the bull in the first, left him stranded. Second inning was Camden Palace with a base hit. Brody Albert sacrifice, then Dane Coyle, a little RBI single. Joe Ferentz gave it a turn, coming home, but could not make the play, and that is where we are. Burr got hit by a pitch his first time up. A senior season.
Number 10, Tyler Burr.
Anybody playing baseball would love to have 477, 6 home runs, 1 triple, 8 doubles. That's what you call robust. And this one skied right field. Right fielder going back, and a tremendous play in right field. Noah Donovan tracking it down with a purpose. And the Sentinels flashing some leather here at the Titan Solar Park. Great play by Noah Donovan in right field. Now it's Mickey Moran. Popped to second his first time up. And Mickey Moran's song is "Oh Mickey, You're So Fine." 80s classic. And this one is scorched down the left field line. Getting to it quickly and making a great play, Josh Brown. So Mickey Moran with a 1-out single. Logan King walked his first time up.
Number 24, Logan King.
Apollo Hutchinson bringing you all kinds of good angles. He's got the center field angle, the home plate angle, the right field angle, probably the left field angle as well. As we take another look, and he's even got the Joe Pequeno angle. I don't think anyone wants that angle whatsoever. Stevenson. And next time we call for the Joe Pequeno angle, I'll turn around and give you a summation of where we are on this one. 1-0 count. Logan King as Stevenson throws over. And here at the Seton Catholic Sports Network, we've got the ability to two-box you and give you all the angles. So you're seeing Brady hum it and also throwing it over to first base as well. Trying to keep Mickey Moran close. Moran has stolen 12 bases this year, so he is a threat. Tied for the team lead with Sam Webb in that category. 62 stolen bases by Gilbert Christian, and he has a good lead at first. And Jax had to extend on the throw over. 1-1. Logan King with 1 out. Throw down by T. Del Rosario. Bang, bang play, and they got him. T. Del Rosario flat out hosing the runner, and the Sentinels with more leather in this inning. The great catch in right field by Noah Donovan. Now it's T. Del Rosario with a cannon down to second base, wiping away Mickey Moran on the base path. And we've got 2 outs with a 1-1 count on Logan King. And now it goes to 2-2 as I stand corrected. Once again, these two teams met earlier. Sentinels led 2-0 going into the 5th, and Gilbert Christian exploded for 5 runs. Sam Webb with the go-ahead home run, and that was the difference. Sentinels with only 4 hits against Brody Aubin in that one. So they've already put the ball in play much better. Already doing some good work. Just got to break through. 3-2, and that misses on the breaking pitch. So a 2-out walk with Zach Linker, who popped right his first time up.
Now batting number 46, Zach Linker.
And Zach Linker is all about Justin Timberlake and his walk-up song. And from where we are, it's hard to tell on that fastball. So I'm going to have to trust the home plate umpire on that call as it goes to 1-1. Once again, the great 2-box angle, courtesy of Paul Hutchison. Stevenson. This one skied out of play. And that'll go on the roof and directly behind us. Gilbert Christian, a beautiful campus, roughly in the Lindsay and Greenfield Road area. All kinds of new houses being built, and left, center, and right. 1-2 pitch. And this one, little blooper on that right side. And that is going to drop as the runner will head to third base. Bang, bang play, and getting up to make sure it didn't get away was Jason Ruiz. So Zach Linker with a little bloop that drops in out of the outreached effort of Chase Reese. Hayden Jensen struck out his first time up. 2 outs. As Brady once again flirting with danger. Can't afford a wild pitch. Backstop's probably about a good 20 feet. It is turf, and the cushions are back there, so if it hits off a cushion, could bounce back, but you never know. Don't want to put yourself in that position. Runners at the corners. 2 outs with Brady in a battle against Hayden Jensen. Jensen waving and coming up empty. Sentinels and Gilbert Christian. A regular season rematch. 1-1. Same location, and Brady dialing up a beauty. Outside corner on the knees, on the black, and Jensen with no answers. Goes to 1-2. Runner is going.
Let him go.
And T. Del Rosario, moving like a jungle cat, prevents that from going to the backstop.
Get the batter, Brady. Let's go.
2-2, the lights are on. Stevenson dialing up with T. Del Rosario in a battle against Jensen. And T. Del Rosario held that one up,
This one yours, Brady. Let's
hoping
go,
to
Brady.
get that call.
Come on, Brady.
3-2. And that guns down Hayden Jensen. Stevenson all fired up coming off the bump as the Knights strand a pair. We go to the 4th. It's 1-0 Gilbert Christian.
As a proud sponsor and Gilbert Christian family, Janine Igliani, voted #1 realtor in all of Gilbert, is here for all of your home selling and buying needs. Janine Igliani, owner of Home Selling Team. Visit thehomesellingteamaz.com for more info.
Chase Reese gets another opportunity against Brody Albert. Struck out his first time up. Reese, Menace, Del Rosario. Brody Albert. He's had his own little bit of danger he's worked out of. Stranded a pair in the last frame. Sentinels with 3 hits. This one skied up on the home base side, out of the play. Chase with a 1-1 count. Seeing that great first base angle look, courtesy of Paulo Hutchison. 1-1. Breaking pitch lays off. Third base umpire. They checked with him, and that was Brian Henry who waved it off. And that time Albert going to the old-fashioned #1, the heat seeker. 2-2. Albert. And Chase with a good cut. Sentinels looking a lot better than the first time when they faced Albert and can only muster 4 hits. That bender out of the zone. It goes 3-2. So a quality AB by Chase. He's worked it full. He's got good speed. 3-2. That's fouled out of play. So all the homes behind this ballpark, needs to say there's going to be some insurance adjusters hard at work for the amount of glass taken out by both teams in this one. 3-2, Albert. And Chase Reese, quality AB.
#7, Jax Menace.
Jax Menace popped to center his first time up. And the Sentinels have brought their fan base. They've got all kinds of fans here behind the first base dugout. Jax. Albert throws over. Albert already has picked off a runner in this contest, Max Peterson. Pinch running for Brady Stevenson in the first. Caught leaning and thrown out at second. Jax tries to put one down and fouls it off. No outs here. Brian Stevenson flashing the signs to Chase Reese at first base. Reese. And Albert throwing over. Chase is a threat. 9 stolen bases in 10 attempts, but Brody Albert's got a good move. Reese has got, and that is bunted foul on the first base side. So now Jax has got to protect. Kind of hard when you're not asked to bunt all season. Now you're facing one of the better pitchers in 3A, and then you got to do it all over again. 0-2. And Jax stays with it. Hard slider, got a piece. And bunting is a little bit of a lost art in Major League Baseball. But the teams that can do it at any level are always the successful ones. Jacks, big cut on a fastball. The lights are on here at the Titan Solar Park. Good energy as these teams meet here in the second round. 0-2, Albert to Minnis. And this one is scorched to right field. And Minnis with a base knock. And the Sentinels are cooking here. Reese with a big walk. Minnis with a single. Now is T. Del Rosario. And the Sentinels already with 4 hits in this one, compared to just 4 the first time these two teams faced. So much better at bats. T. Del Rosario. And he gets hit by a pitch. And they are stacked and they are packed. Noah Donovan struck out his first time up. And looks like we're gonna have a pinch runner for T. Del Rosario. And now Josh Bailey is gonna come out and talk to Brody Albert about the situation. Sentinels threatened in the second and left a couple runners on. Now they're making all kinds of noise. Chase Reese with a tremendous at bat, leading off with a walk. Jax Minnis showed bunt, fouled a couple off. Then Jax laces a base hit to right center field. And T. Del Rosario with the infield crashing in on the bunt gets hit by a pitch. Now Josh Bailey and Brody Albert and the Knights are off the bump, ready to go back to work.
33, Noah Donovan.
Noah Donovan. No question his biggest at-bat of the year. Stepping into this one, a .296 hitter. 10 RBIs, 1 double.
Let's go, Noah!
And his teammates providing all kinds of support and juice as he gets ready to step in the box. With the home plate umpire Michael Ransom about to get things cooking yet again. Sentinels, they're loaded. It doesn't get better than this. They've got to capitalize. Noah Donovan, first pitch from Brody Albert. And that's a fastball. That buzzes the knees. Goes to 0-1. 0-1 count. This one is fouled out of play on the right field side. Once again, I am blocked out, so bear with me. Now you're getting the great home plate angle, courtesy of Paul Hutchison, a man with more cameras than Nikon. Bases stacked. Albert, Donovan. And this one fouled down the right field line. Noah, good contact. Noah showing some toughness at the dish. Now, Albert, gotta wonder if he busts him in with the slider right now. 0-2. It goes to the bender and strikes Donovan out.
11,
Jason Ruiz singled his first time up on a beautiful bunt base hit. Sentinels gotta be able to capitalize. And a good cut by Jason Ruiz. Sentinels are getting their good looks and they're taking good quality hacks. Sacrifice fly would be tremendous. 0-1. Ruiz, bases stacked. That misses. Out of the zip code. Tyler Burr got the big paw on it to make sure it didn't go to the backstop. 1-1. And Brody Albert, old-fashioned gas. 1-2. See if he goes back to the bender. That's a fastball fouled out of play on the roof of the campus right behind us. So imagine you're all these homeowners, you love your area, and you got this field right behind you. 1-2. Every day worrying if your sliding glass door is busted. And that's a breaking pitch, and that locks up Jason Ruiz for the second out.
Number 14, Joe Ferentz.
Now it's Joe Ferentz. And Albert close of working his way out of this.
Pinch hitting, number 20, P.J. Rafford.
It's going to be P.J. Rafford at the dish, pinch hitting. Brian Stevenson wasting no time. Rafford on the year. 276, 2 home runs, 1 triple, couple doubles, 19 RBIs. PJ was 0 for 3 against Albert. But a man who's got pop and has the chance to put Seton ahead. So Michael Ransom, the home plate umpire, dialing everything up behind the plate. And now we're going back to work. Veteran crew. Brian Henry, the third base umpire. Michael Leahy at first. Albert to Rafford. Good take by PJ. PJ, double duty. Great pitcher for this team as well. Skied out of play. Also on the roof. 1-1. Defense playing Rafford straight away. Sentinels, good speed on the base path. That time it was Albert with the bender. Now 1-2. Fast moving contest. We started 6:30. We're already in the top of the fourth. 1-2 Rafford as Albert shakes off Tyler Burr. Here it is. And Rafford files another one off. And that'll go over the roof as well. So right now the Sentinels peppering the campus of Gilbert Christian. Albert, he's shown bender in this situation as he shakes Burr off. Rafford dialed in, 1-2. There it is, and it's off the dish. And the Gilbert Christian bench wanted that one. They thought they had it. Goes to 2-2. PJ having a quality AB, has to lead the runs, 2-2. And Albert fires the gas past Rafford, and the Sentinels leave them stacked and packed. We go to the home half of the fourth. Knights with a 1-0 lead. Fourth inning. Brady Stevenson. Another moment on the mound.
Second baseman Camden Palace.
Camden Palace, Brady Albert, and Dane Coyle. Brady giving the Sentinels an opportunity to win this one. Only one run allowed so far. He hasn't been at his best. He's worked his way out of danger, but the bottom line, scoreboard is the only thing that matters. He's allowed only one run. 0-1. And that skips past T. Del Rosario. Sentinels have to lift themselves up after leaving the bases stacked with no outs in the top of the fourth. Now they got to go back to the fundamentals, pitching and defense, and that wins championships. 1-1. That one scorched. Good play. Chase Reese, one hopper and the throw over. Chase dazzling with the leather. 4-3 put out to start the fourth.
Number 11,
Brady Albert. Brody Albert, sacrifice bunt his first time up, a beauty which led to the Dane Coyle RBI single.
Let's go, Brady.
Brady first pitch to the opposing pitcher. Sentinels have packed the place. Their fan base have traveled well from Ray and Dobson Road. This one bounce foul on the third base side. Sentinels Nation always travels well. Loyal fans, great parents, great kids. The best fan base in Arizona. 1-1 pitch. Oh, how about Brady snapping it like a champ. Goes to 1-2.
Go, Brady.
And you can see the loyal fans on the dugout side of the Sentinels, and Brady doing things. That's his fourth strikeout.
Number 5, Dane Coyle.
Dane Coyle popped to right, RBI single in the third. Sophomore
One more, Brady. You
came
got it,
into
Brady.
this one
Go,
hitting
kid.
600. Simply filthy. First pitch. And you look at Coyle's numbers. He had 48 hits, 80 at bats, a couple home runs, 5 triples, 15 doubles, 23 RBIs. Also,
That's what I thought. It was a strike.
Coyle with
Go.
17 walks, which is second on the team
It was a strike. Let's
to
go.
Sam Webb. Now think about that. 17 walks as well. So a young man who really has great control of the plate. Goes to 1-2.
That's 2, Brady. There we go, kid.
Coyle's on-base percentage, 670. Just ridiculous stats.
There you
1-2
go,
pitch.
kid. Nice block, T.
And Brady tries to bust him inside. Goes to 2-2.
Brady, nobody better. Let's go, kid.
2 outs here in the fourth. Brady having a fine start to the fourth, hoping for his first 1-2-3. 2-2. Breaker, a beauty. Reese, good hop. Reese, and the toss over. And how about Brady Stevenson? Popping and delivering. A 1-2-3, his first in this one. We go to the fifth. Sentinels chasing a 1-0 deficit. So maybe if we get a point, Paulo Hutchinson can get a shot of Wilbur, the mascot dog, on the first base side behind home plate. And there he is,
Josh Brown.
Wilbur the dog. He's the unofficial mascot of Gilbert Christian. Had a chance to say hello to him. Friendly fella. And ladies and gentlemen, you hate to say this, at least I do, but dogs are better than people. They love you unconditionally, always there for you. Sentinels going back to work here in the 5th. Josh Brown, Nate Mulligan, and Brady Stevenson. Josh struck out his first time up in the 3rd. And Albert goes to 2-0. Sentinels left them stranded in the last inning. And in the 3rd, they left a couple runners on as well. And that time, Albert dials it up. 2-1. And Josh Brown with a good healthy hack. So we've seen Albert here, when he gets to that 2-strike count, bust a bender. He comes with it. Rainbows out of the zone. 3-2. Sentinels bench, they're bringing the energy. They've got the juice. They're trailing 1-0, 3-2. And another strong at bat by the Sentinels. Big thing though, got to capitalize. Some point, you can have all the runners on, but if that runner 3rd does not come in, then all of a sudden you walk off after 7 disappointed. Nate Mulligan singled and struck out. And Albert showing that good move over keeping Josh Brown close. Sentinels got to wonder if they're going to be even attempting to run against Albert after. And Mulligan. Mulligan was trying to get that call. He said he got hit by a pitch. Now Brian Stevenson's going to have conversation with the home plate umpire and Michael Ransom. And Ransom and Brian Henry and Mike Leahy will talk it over. Now, ultimately, this call is going to be made by Michael Ransom. He has the best look. He's behind home plate. So right now, as much as the Sentinels want to get this call, I can't see them overturning it after Ransom was right there and initially said that the pitch did not hit Nate Mulligan on the toe. But they're going to do their due diligence and go through the motions here. And they're going to say Nate Mulligan remains at the dish. But the good thing is, for the Sentinels, Brody Albert, who has a record of 3-2 on the year, who beat the Sentinels earlier, he's not at his best. It's just a matter of really working the count. Sentinels show bunt with Mulligan, tries to push up the first base line. They come charging in. You talk about trying to defend the bunt. They look like they were storming the beaches of Normandy. Zach Linker and Dane Coyle were charging hard on the corners. 1-1 with Josh Brown at first base. Now they throw over. Some gamesmanship by Gilbert Christian as Josh Brown faked he was crashing in the bunt, then went back and all but threw behind him. 1-1 count. Fastball out of the zone. So this is the first time I've seen this kind of tactic where the opposing defense just tries to throw the batter off by just charging full throttle. 2-1. That misses. 3-1. So you got to figure for Nate, who came into this contest a 300 hitter who has worked his share of walks with 17. He's going to be patient. He's going to make Aubert earn it. 3-2. And Mulligan goes down swinging. And Nate comes off frustrated as Brady Stevenson. So Aubert wins that battle after falling behind in the count 3-1. Brady a single and bounced out to Aubert. Runner with a modest lead at first. Now the throw over. Aubert making sure Zach Linker is alive and kicking at first base. Now it's Brady. And that's a beauty. Buzzing the belt for strike one. Sentinels bench making a lot of noise. Oh, and that time a bender inside. Goes to 0-2. Sentinels Nation needs a big knock, and the fan base is rooting Brady on. And Brady with a good, healthy hack to stay alive. Chase Reese on deck, followed by Jax Minnis. Sentinels just want to keep turning the lineup around and around and around. 0-2, Aubert and Stevenson. And Brady lays off the off speed. 1-2. Chase Reese waiting patiently on deck. And Brady swings right through it.
Number 28, Chase Reese.
Now it's Chase Reese. So back-to-back strikeouts after the leadoff walk to Josh Brown. Reese has struck out and walked. Fastball upstairs. Sentinels good speed at first base. Shot in the gap could potentially score a run. And Aubert, just when you think he's out of sync, he starts dialing it in. Aubert throws over, trying to keep Josh Brown close. Chase Reese. 3:21 coming in. Runner is going, throw down, bang, bang play, and the shortstop can't make the pick. Mickey Moran could not come up with it on the one hop from Tyler Burr. So Josh Brown with the wheels. Now a 1-2 to Reese. That bounces in the turf. Josh Brown, a perfect 14 for 14 in stolen base attempts. Second on the team in that category. Mulligan. Actually just broke a tie with Mulligan, so Josh Brown leads the team with 14 stolen bases. That one a huge one. 3-2 to Chase. And Chase goes down swinging. So give Aubert all the credit. Gives up a leadoff walk to Josh Brown and strikes out the next three. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Sentinels trailing 1-0. Game moving at a razor fast
Now
pace.
batting,
Already at the
number
bottom of the
4,
fifth. Sam Webb walked and struck out, followed by Tyler Burr and Mickey Moran. Brady has allowed only 1 run. Could not escape that second inning when Camden Powell with a 1-out single, moved over by Albert on the sacrifice bunt, and Dane Coyle, RBI single. And Brady's showing some resiliency with a 1-2-3 4th. And now here in the 5th. 1-1 off the dish. Brady making his 11th appearance. 6-2 on the year, 2.48 ERA. Senior having a tremendous season. And that's a big cut by Sam Webb. Webb, who gave Gilbert Christian the win over the Sentinels with a go-ahead home run in the 5-2 victory. Now it's senior versus senior, going at it on a 2-2. That misses upstairs and inside. The winner of this contest will take on the winner of River Valley and Valley Christian. And Webb works the leadoff walk.
Now batting number 10.
And that's the semifinals. And that's Tuesday at Tempe Diablo. And that's going to be handed over to the good people of NFHS. Paulo Hutchison might be on that live stream, but it'll be Joe Abeda and his crew. Tyler Burr hit by a pitch and popped to right. He shows bunt. Ruiz on a tremendous play. Little sidearm sling over to first base. That moves the runner. So you have to appreciate what Josh Bailey's doing for Gilbert Christian, playing some small ball and making sure it works. And Paulo Hutchison loved the notorious walk-up song by Tyler Burr, courtesy of Duran Duran, going back to 80s in the day. And I know Paulo Hutchison, one thing he appreciates about me is that I know my pop culture, as he giggles that one off. Mickey Moran popped a second, single, caught stealing. Now, T. Del Rosario and Brady are going to have a conversation. This one not about dinner plans, but trying to make sure that they're in sequence with Moran, followed by Logan King. A 1-out situation with Sam Webb, who started the inning with a walk and got moved over on the great sacrifice bunt by Tyler Burr. And that tells you the mindset of Gilbert Christian. They will play small ball. Tyler Burr, 477, 6 home runs, 39 RBIs coming in. And they have no problem making sure he can drop a bunt down, and he does it effectively. 0-1. And that skips past T. Del Rosario, and the runner goes to third base. And now Sentinels have got to really lock it up. Base knock brings in Sam Webb. Sacrifice could do the same. 1-1 count. Mickey Moran. Infield in. Outfield moved in as well. Fastball. They're going to say that's off the dish. Michael Ransom, the home plate umpire. 2-1. And that chases T. Del Rosario. Wild pitch. Can't be in the cards for the Sentinels right now. Brady and T have got to be dialed in together. 3-1. Big, high, hard heat past Mickey Moran. Goes to 3-2. Brady dialing it up. 3-2 pitch. And that one's fouled out of play. And this one going straight back into the housing complex right behind us. Now, if you're a family with a young son or daughter, it'd be great until baseball season. Then you're wondering how many windows are going to be broken. 3-2. And that one snaps outside, and Moran works a one-out walk. And Brian Stevenson is going to have a conversation with Brady as we reflect on this one. As Brian has a temperature gauge of his team. Only run in this one came courtesy of an RBI single by Dane Coyle in the second inning. Sentinels have threatened, and then some. They left 2 on in the third. They started the fourth with a walk to Chase Reese, a single by Jack Sminnis. T. Del Rosario hit by a pitch, and then Noah Donovan, Jason Ruiz, and PJ Rafford, who pinch hit for Joe Ferentz, all struck out. Now it's Logan King. Couple walks. And Paulo Hutchinson with a food for thought moment that if you lived in the housing complex right behind this field and you have a young man who's playing baseball, well, he's riding his bike all around the neighborhood, just getting all kinds of freebies. Runners at the corners, and you got to figure Josh Bailey is going to send Mickey Moran at first base. And Logan King tries to bunt his way on, fouls it off. Sentinels, the middles are playing for the double play. But Josh Bailey is going to potentially test the Sentinels and might work another bunt attempt with Logan King. Josh Bailey, the head coach of the Knights. 0-1. That's low in the turf. Outfield grass. Infield, all turf. So great hops as you see that good first base angle. 1-1 pitch. And that is a beauty that broke and dropped in the zone. Goes to 1-2. Webb at third, Moran at first. And King chasing out of the zone for this second out. And that is Brady's 5th strikeout of the night.
Now batting number 46, Zach Linker.
And Zach Linker dancing up his way, courtesy of Justin Timberlake. Linker has popped right and singled in the third. And now it's the Sentinels trying to work their way out of damage, and Gilbert Christian trying to capitalize with runners in scoring position. Playoff baseball, a tight one here from the Titan Solar Park on the campus of Gilbert Christian. 1-0. This one skied a mile high to center. Right there is Joe Ferentz, and Ferentz battling Mother Nature, maybe battling the lights. Needs to say he battled and won for the putout. Gilbert Christian strands a pair at the corners. We go to the 6th. It's 1-0 Knights. So the Sentinels bringing up 4, 5, and 6. Jax Menace, T. Del Rosario, and Noah Donovan. Jax has had a good day. He's popped to center and singled after falling behind 0-2. He fouled a bunch of pitches off and then laced one to right center. And he's got a 2-0 count. Brody Albert, spectacular in the victory over the Sentinels at John Olajumbro Field in a 5-2 victory. Not as sharp, but sometimes you got to grind through as he falls behind 3-1 in the count. Sentinels bench making a lot of noise. 3-1 pitch. Jax, big cut. And now we've seen Albert hasn't had great control of that breaking pitch tonight. You got to wonder if he'll go back to the fastball. 3-2. He went upstairs with the fastball and missed. Sentinels once again have got the leadoff runner on. Can they capitalize? T. Del Rosario hit by a pitch his last time up, also popped to left. T, he's got some pop and some hop. And Jax was potentially leaning at first base. T. Del Rosario tied for the team lead with Jax with a couple home runs apiece. Swings through that one, goes 0-1. Sentinels have had some opportunities. Stranding a couple in the third, 3 in the fourth. Bases stacked, no outs. And once again, they've got the leadoff runner on. They've had the leadoff runner on the last 3 innings. 1-1. And T. Del Rosario fouls that one off. That one goes straight back. So glad you can join us on the Seton Catholic Sports Network, seeing the 2-box work by Paulo Hutchison. I want to see Paulo do the 3-box work. That's the big thing. And T goes down swinging on the off speed. Noah Donovan. He's had no answers for Brody Albert. A couple strikeouts in this one. So we know Paulo Hutchison's got the 2-box. Does he have the 3-box in him? Can he do Sammy Hagar 3-lock box? This one bounces short. Long backhand and the pick by the first baseman, Zach Linker. Tremendous play by Zach Linker on the off-balance throw by Mickey Moran. Can't stress enough what a good play that is. If that ball gets by him, the runner goes to third, the runner at first goes to second base. So a tremendous play by the first baseman. Now it's Jason Ruiz, singled and struck out. Sentinels with a tying run at second base. This one's skied out of play. All we need is a little bingo. B-I-N-G-O. Doesn't matter, left, center, or right. The power of positive swinging. That's what we need right now. 0-1. Fastball. Busting it. On the black, goes to 0-2. Ruiz. Does he get the breaker or does Albert waste a pitch upstairs? 0-2. This one knocked through the right side, and that one's gonna squeak through. Bang, bang play, the runner is safe. Runner coming home, and he beats the door home, and the Sentinels have tied it up. Hustle and muscle. Jason Ruiz gliding down the first baseline, beats the door home, and then Gilbert Christian napping as Jack Smittis hustles around third, and we are tied at the Titan Solar Park. And the Sentinels have got life, and they got some giddy up in their step. Jason Ruiz, RBI single, and we are knotted at 1.
Are you sure you don't want one?
Let's go, 1-4.
Now it's Joe Ferentz.
She's got bronchitis, so she can't yell.
Joe was pinch hit for his last time up by P.J. Rafford, who struck out with the bases loaded. Also popped to third. This one right back to Albert. And Albert will toss over. But the Sentinels have tied it up. We go to the bottom of the sixth, a new ball game. Let me hear you, Sentinels Nation. This one tied at 1. So Brady Stevenson, loud and proud. His team has come up big, plating a run on the RBI single by Jason Ruiz and the great base running by Jax Minnis, who hustled around and got in on the confusion by Gilbert Christian on the bang-bang play at Ruiz at first base. Hayden Jensen, Camden Palace, and Brady Albert. But Albert might be done, as Gilbert Christian might have to go to another arm. Fastball. Starts Jensen. Goes to 0-1. Jensen a couple strikeouts in this one. 0-1. Fastball inside. Chases him off the dish. So the Sentinels have been knocking on the door, knocking on the door. Left 2 on in the third, 3 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, and finally break through with a run in the sixth. And that's fouled off. And the fan base, Sentinels Nation, they're here. They're making some noise. They're excited. Sentinels on the road, taking on the 4th-ranked Gilbert Christian Knights. And how about Brady? Hard slider, and Jensen goes down for the 3rd time this evening. His 6th strikeout. Camden Palace has singled and bounced to second. Palace, no walk-up song, just crickets. Palace, an underclassman who has had a good season. Freshman, a solid 292 into this one. 22 RBIs, 7 doubles. Also a couple home runs. This ballpark made for launching. Only 300 down the line, 357 in center. Your gaps call it about 330. 0-1. That one fouled straight back. And once again, a sliding glass door in the Gilbert Christian residential neighborhood shattered. 0-2 from Stevenson to Camden Palace. Oh, he snaps off a slider, and that's a beauty. T. Del Rosario will chuck it down for the 2nd out. And Brady is starting to chalk up the strikeouts. Now with 7. And now we're going to have a pitch hitter for Brady Albert.
Nate Nielsen.
Nate Nielsen at the plate. A junior, 279, couple doubles, 12 hits, and 43 ABs. Did not see any playing time in the Knights' 5-2 victory over the Sentinels earlier this year. Brady Stevenson has rose to the occasion. A little shaky early, got out of a bases loaded jam, then gave up the RBI single, and now he's looking for another 1-2-3 inning and starts Nielsen off with something nasty. Nate Nielsen got a hard slider right there. And that fastball upstairs. 1-1. We are in the bottom of the sixth. Good baseball between these two 3A powerhouses. You're okay, 2-1. Gilbert Christian with one in the bottom of the second. Sentinels with one here in the sixth. 2-1 pitch, Stevenson to Nate Nielsen. Defense playing straight away. And Brady just buzzed that by him. Nielsen way late. And it goes to 2-2. And Brady is starting to feel it on the mound. He's got some confidence and juice going. That slider broke off just out of the zone. 3-2. He's getting all kinds of love from the Sentinels fan base. 3-2. Base is empty here in the sixth. And that sits down Nate Nielsen. Brady Stevenson, 1, 2, 3 via the strikeout. The senior doing things on the road, and now he needs his teammates to do things with the sticks as we go to the top of the seventh. So Brody Albert is out of this one. Reached a pitch count over 105 pitches. AIA rule, once you hit that, you've got to come out. So a new pitcher on the mound for Gilbert Christian. And that is number 1. It's going to be a senior in Johnson. Caleb Johnson, record of 4-3, ERA of 1.95, making his 11th appearance. 35 hits, 26 runs, 12 earned, 20 walks, 47 Ks. So Caleb Johnson now in. Brody Albert, 6 strong, allowing only 1 run. Did his job. Just pitch count was high and had to come out. So now it's Josh Brown. Struck out and walked in the 5th. And takes a fastball from Caleb Johnson for strike 1. Josh Brown, Nate Mulligan, Brady Stevenson. Sentinels showing all kinds of life. Good at bats against Brody Albert this entire game. And Albert was, in the course of this one, strong. 10 strikeouts and 1 run allowed, but just didn't have that pinpoint laser accuracy that he had in the 5-2 victory at John Alhambra Field. Now it's Caleb Johnson, 2-2 pitch. And that's upstairs. 3-2 with Nate Mulligan on deck. Sentinels bench making all kinds of noise. Fastball, and that sits down Josh Brown. A beauty on the corner. Josh tried to sell it and Home plate umpire Michael Ransom wasn't buying it.
Number 1,
Nate Mulligan.
Mulligan.
Let's go,
Nate is
Nate.
singled and sandwiched with a couple strikeouts. Getting his first look at Caleb Johnson.
There we go.
Johnson, a hard throwing right-hander. He can bring the gas. And he works quickly as well. No hesitation. Gets on the mound, hums and throws. Quickly goes to 2-0. And
There you go.
Nate,
You're way ahead.
outstanding at the dish with 17 walks. One ball away from number 18. Taking all the way.
Hey,
He's got a 3-1 count.
Gotta come again, Nate. There you go.
And that misses. And Nate, walk number 18 on the season.
Number 12, Brady Stevenson.
Here's Brady. Safe to say Brady's the MVP of this one with a single, 1 for 3, and 6 dazzling innings on the mound. Now he can help his cause as Johnson throws over. Now it's going to be a lot easier for the Sentinels on the base path with Brody Albert, the lefty, out, and Caleb Johnson on the mound. A lot easier to read a right-hander pickoff move. So I asked for the 3-lock box, Sammy Hagar, and I get that from Paulo Hutchison. Got the home plate view upstairs, the center field camera, and the first base angle. So Paulo Hutchison more than up for the task. He's playoff ready, ladies and gentlemen. Johnson, 1-1 pitch to Brady. Brady lays one down. Caleb Johnson. Good play by the right-hander. Jumped off the bump, no hesitation, and fired a bullet. But the Sentinels
Number 28,
have got the go-ahead run
Let's go, Chase. Come on.
at second base.
By the hole.
Nate with outstanding speed. Chase overdue. Struck out, walked, and struck out. He was owned by Brody Albert, but now has a chance to be the hero against Caleb Johnson.
There we go, Chase. Leave it in the dirt. You're a good kid. Come on.
And that one was just below the knees. Jax Minnis on deck. 1-0. Caleb Johnson evens the count.
Let's go, Chase.
Johnson fires some big-time gas. 1-1. And Chase lays off, goes to 2-1. So Brody Albert had a combination of fastball, hard slider, changeup, curveball. This one smoked to the left side. Chase Reese coming up big, and the throw over to first base. And Chase legs it out with a bullet and a great play by Mickey Moran, keeping it in the infield. That looked like that was getting through, and Mickey Moran just gloved it. So the Sentinels are runners at the corners. Now Josh Bailey, the head coach of the Knights, coming out to talk to his team about potential scenarios. And Chase, got to feel good for the young man. He has not had a good night. Brody Albert has owned him at the dish, but that time he barreled one, and Mickey Moran might have saved a run. Taking a good look at Gilbert Christian on the mound with Caleb Johnson replacing Brody Albert. Albert was strong, 6 strong, with 10 strikeouts, but reached his pitch limit. Now it's Caleb Johnson. And the Sentinels
Number 7, Jax Minnis.
are 90 feet away from taking the lead.
Let's go, Jax.
And Jax has had a productive night. 1 for 2 with a walk. Jax scored on a tremendous infield single by Jason Ruiz.
Let's go,
rolled through the right side. Jason hustled it out, and Jax came around third base and rambled in and beat the throw to home to tie this one up. Now Jax can give the team the lead. And Jax takes a first pitch strike. Jax has a look of a man with a purpose. 0-1. And Jax fouls that one off, quickly goes to 0-2. And we're getting the Sammy Hagar 3-lock box look. Paulo Hutchinson not afraid to give you every angle. And the runner will take second base. So Reese now at second. Mulligan 90 feet away. The ball gets away, he is coming in. 1-2 pitch, Caleb Johnson, Jax Minnis. And Caleb Johnson breaks one off, and Jax Minnis goes down swinging. Sentinels leave a pair on. We go to the bottom of the seventh. A 1-1 game. So now the Sentinels have got to go to the bullpen, and they bring in Garrett Miller. Miller, you saw the stats. Young man making his 12th appearance, a couple wins, ERA of 3.33, a senior. He's allowed 19 hits, 13 runs, 10 earned, 22 walks with 28 strikeouts. And he's going to be greeted by the top of this Gilbert Christian order: Dane Coyle, Sam Webb, and Tyler Burr. So Brady Stevenson, tremendous effort. 6 strong, 1 run allowed. And he walks away on the night with 8 strikeouts as well. So Brady has done his job. Now it's up to Garrett Miller. Garrett, a senior, has been with this program. He's been through the battles. And now he's coming in to try to provide quality relief for the Sentinels in this one. Coyle, popped right, RBI single. He's accounted for the lone Gilbert Christian run. And this one, scorched to right. This one, down the right field line. Coyle, big turn, and great defense in right field by Noah Donovan.
At the plate, number 4, Sam Webb.
So Coyle with the leadoff base knock to right. Now it's Sam Webb. Walked, struck out, and walked in the 5th. Coyle, modest lead at first base. 3-box situation. Garrett Miller trying to get on the same page with T. Del Rosario. And that bender's out of the zone. And Garrett pops his glove, and with some frustration on his own end. Has to be better. And that fastball out of the zone. Sam Webb, he beat the Sentinels with a go-ahead home run in the 5-2 victory. Now he's trying to push his runner maybe 90 feet. And that time he's late on an inside heater. 2-1. Outfield. straight away. Oh, T. Del Rosario with the tremendous block. T taking one right off the chest pad and keeping it right in front of him. 3-1 with Tyler Burr on deck. Garrett Miller's got to dial it in. Modest lead by Dane Coyle at first base. And Sam Webb works another walk. The winning run is now at second base as Brian Stevenson having a conversation. And while they discuss, we'll recap this one. Gilbert Christian got on the board in the second. Leadoff single by Camden Palace. Make that a one-out single by Palace. A sac bunt by Brody Albert. RBI single by Dane Coyle. And Albert cruised along. He had 10 strikeouts, but the Sentinels, after stranding a pair in the third, bases loaded in the fourth, one in the fifth, finally broke through in the sixth. Jack Sminnis with a walk, got moved over on a Noah Donovan bounce out.
Catcher,
Jason Ruiz,
10, Tyler
infield
Burr.
single, and Jack Sminnis full throttle. And Brady Stevenson, 6 strong, 8 strikeouts, allowing only 1 run. Now it's Tyler Burr, hit by a pitch, popped to right, sacrifice bunt his last time up. Fastball sails outside. Center field, Joe Ferentz playing fairly shallow.
There we go.
And Tyler Burr trying to end this with 1 swing.
Live there.
Comes up empty. 1-1. Burr, team high 6 home runs, team high 39 RBIs. 1-1 pitch. Garrett, slider in the turf. Goes to 2-1. The winner will take on River Valley and #1 Valley Christian. And that's going to be at Tempe Diablo on Tuesday night. 3-1. Garrett Miller, he's got electric stuff. And Tyler Burr can be electric at the dish. And that misses, and the winning run is now 90 feet away. And now Garrett Miller.
The shortstop, Mickey Moran.
Mickey Moran steps up. And Moran with a game-changing play in that last inning, holding Chase Reese to an RBI, make that an infield single. And Miller misses upstairs. 1-0. Bases stacked. And that time, it goes to 1-1. Moran fires a fastball. The 1-1 pitch. And Moran, same location. Swings through it, goes 1-2. Maybe just one solid pitch sequence can get Garrett Miller back on track. 1-2 to Mickey Moran. Bender and T. Del Rosario. Outstanding. Another one off the chest. Just a bulldog behind the plate. 2-2. Garrett Miller versus Mickey Moran. That misses inside. Infield in for the Sentinels. Outfield. Shallow, as you can see, Ferentz in center. That one fouled out of play. straight back. Garrett getting the support from the fan base and his dugout. 3-2 pitch, the biggest of the night. And Moran gets busted with a high fastball inside. The senior with the laser and gets the call.
Number 24, Logan King.
Now it's Logan King. Has walked twice and struck out. Garrett Miller getting the big pitch on the inside part of the dish. And Jackson, Chase Reese coming over to the tall, cool right-hander on the mound, showing their support for Garrett Miller. But he still needs 2 outs. And Logan King struck out his last time up and swings right through the gas. Garrett Miller, ERA a little over 3, has paid his dues with this program. This one launched foul down the right field line out of play. And he quickly goes to 0-2. And Garrett Miller digging deep in the toolbox, trying to put it all together with the bases stacked. He retired Mickey Moran, now he's going for Logan King. That snaps high. 1-2. Gilbert Christian fan base, they are up and ready to clap in a big way. 1-2 pitch. That bounces in the turf. Goes to 2-2. Dane Coyle at third. Webb at second. Bird first. And it goes to 3-2. 3-2 pitch. Logan King. Garrett Miller. That is fouled off. Big time drama from the Titan Solar Park on the campus of Gilbert Christian. Michael Ransom, the home plate umpire. Resetting. Here we go. And that's it. Logan King, a walk-off. Bases loaded walk, and Gilbert Christian has punched its ticket in the second round with a 2-1 victory over the Sentinels. The Sentinels with a valiant effort. A tremendous night of baseball by the Sentinels as their season comes to an end. The team with so much to be proud of as they finish 19-10 overall. Looked like the comeback was going to be in the cards with the rally in the top of the 6th on the
Thank you for coming out.
Infield single by Jason Ruiz, and Jax Minnis coming around home to score. And Brady Stevenson was outstanding. 1 run, 6 innings, 8 strikeouts, matching Brody Albert pitch for pitch. But it came down to the bullpen. Caleb Johnson worked his way out of a scenario in the top of the 7th. Mulligan got on a walk, eventually got to third, and Chase Reese with a hard infield single that Mickey Moran might have made the play of the game, keeping the ball in the infield and to set up a 1st and 3rd situation. Jax Minnis struck out to end the frame. And then Garrett Miller came in and Miller gave up a leadoff single to Dane Coyle, a walk to Sam Webb, a walk to Burr. He got Moran to strike out, and Logan King. RBI walk, and the Sentinels see their season come to an end by the count of 2-1. A lot to be proud of as Gilbert Christian moves on, and they get another crack at Valley Christian potentially. They lost to Valley Christian in the 3A semifinals last year by the count of 4-1. We appreciate you dialing us up on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Remember, Tuesday night, the Sentinels volleyball team, they're going to be hosting Gilbert Christian. Third time a charm. Those two teams split in the regular season. Gilbert Christian winning in the regular season, the Sentinels winning in a tournament. Now the Sentinels stacked and packed, and they're going to have Brock Steele back after Brock missed yesterday's playoff matchup against Basis Phoenix in the state track meet. And for Brian Stevenson and his team, they're talking things through. And before we go, we'll say goodbye to several of the seniors who played their last game. Josh Brown, Max Peterson, Jack Sminnis, Brady Stevenson, who was electric on the night, Garrett Miller, PJ Rafford, Chase Rooney, and T. Del Rosario. Seniors wearing that Sentinels jersey for one final time as the hugs and the embraces, and no question some of the tears will come down on the faces of these young men that have given everything in their course of playing for the Sentinels. Wearing the jersey with pride, being competitive and playing with class, playing with determination. And we wish these young men nothing but the very best. And for Brian Stevenson and his staff, a tremendous season. And not only has he created great baseball players, but he's created great young men that have a shot to be successful, not just on the field, but in the broader scope, the game of life. Sentinels lose a heartbreaker in the second round of the 3A playoffs, and that's going to wrap things up from the Titan Solar Park. Gilbert Christian moving on. For Paulo Hutchison on the live stream, and all the great people like Jim Shoebridge and all the great people in the athletic department, Jen Hutchison and Autumn, and all the great people that make things happen. I'm Joe Pequeno. This has been a presentation of Seton Catholic Athletics.